2 to 3 right there.
Yeah, let's do this quick. The only thing I'm going to mention is, again, Ray Lewis is way too. Well, Billy Cundiff, what a freaking sissy, and then
Yeah, he sucks. Lee Evans
Brady
sucks.
looked bad. Lee Evans is brutal. Brady looked bad.
Harbaugh didn't call a timeout before the kick. Rushes Cundiff on the field. All right, Vig. Let's keep talking about football, but let's get out of the New York environment here. I want to talk a little about the AFC Championship game. It matters to us Giants fans because we are playing the winner of that game, which happens to be the Patriots.
We're going to the Super Bowl, man.
The Super Bowl. Yeah, you know what? I don't care who we're playing.
Go
We're
Super
going to
Bowl,
the Super Bowl. Did you expect that a month ago? I know I did.
No.
Super Bowl.
No.
Super Bowl. Giants. So in the Super Bowl, we will be playing the New England Patriots, who beat just barely the Baltimore Ravens. I want to cover that game real quickly here for you guys. It was kind of a tight game throughout. Ravens defense played pretty strong. I don't know, it was probably a combination of the Ravens defense playing strong and Brady just playing very poorly.
For him, yeah.
For him, a 2-interception game.
Yeah, no TDs.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
But really what happened is they escaped because the Ravens missed a field goal with time expiring that would have sent the game into overtime.
Right prior to the missed field goal, Lee Evans, wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, had a touchdown catch in his hands, didn't secure the ball. Patriots defender was able to strip the ball. I think it was a good call, even though like if you super slow-mo, it looked like Lee Evans had the ball while his pinky toe was down, 2 feet in bounds. In real time, that was a strip.
Yeah.
So really, from my perspective, I think Baltimore should have won. They missed not only did they miss the field goal at the end of that regulation, but also the missed touchdown opportunity. And then, one of the things that I noticed that I didn't like was in the post-game press conference, I really didn't like how happy-go-lucky Ray Lewis was.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was a lot of questions about whether or not he's going to retire, but he just seemed to just be very jovial. From the first minute the camera came on, he was smiling. He was kind of like being kind of very like down to earth. He was playing like the down to earth, smiley type of role versus like I just got beat in a game I should have won, and I'm pissed off about it.
Right.
And that kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
I agree with you there. Ray Lewis is in kind of interesting.
He should be hurting at that point.
Right. He's a very emotional guy, and if you ever see any interviews with him, he kind of always makes it seem, at least, that he's putting it all on the field. I'm sure he is. He's a great player. He's kind of getting towards the end of his career.
I don't think Ray Lewis is putting it all on the field ever.
Well, there you go. But I will also say this: more so than that, he is definitely lining himself up to be the next Howie Long or Michael Strahan. The guy's working in the booth.
Good point.
He does. He definitely wants that position. He has a couple issues going on. If you remember back a few years ago, when he was in the Super Bowl, there was that murder case that he was involved in. Not saying he killed anybody. He didn't, as far as I know. Please don't come after me.
I think he did, but he got let off because it was like justifiable or something.
No, he didn't. It was determined that he didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah,
right.
He was like just standing there while his friend killed somebody else.
Yes, and
if you and me did that right now, we're both going away from.
Yes, we're done. We're done. Exactly. We can't afford the lawyer that he can, and that happened to be before the Super Bowl where they played the Giants
in Tampa.
In Tampa,
where I was living at the time.
So crazy little scenario there. But either way, yeah. Ray Lewis for the leader of the team, was not expecting to see that. And one thing I'm going to throw in there is if you're saying Ray Lewis did not put it all on the field, I'm going to say Jim Harbaugh didn't put it all on his head. They just coach. Very poor clock management for that final drive, the last 4 minutes where they got the ball and just weren't smart moving the ball down the field. If you remember, right before they kicked that final field goal, they had a timeout in the bank. They could have called a timeout, slow it down. You're not icing your kicker there. The kicker's not up there ready to go when the opposing team calls a timeout. This is where you're calling a timeout to slow things down so your kicker can come on. If you read Billy Cundiff, the choke artist excuses, he said his timing was off. He expected the timeout to be called. He expected to be able to go on the field in his own pace and line up for the field goal. Instead, he's rushing in to kick it and missed it.
He's only probably made that movement of 30-yard field goal 7,000 times in his life. So, he stood up at the end of the game, post-game press conference, answered all the questions. He was a little bit he was like really down. He looked like he was about to cry. Yeah. The total opposite of Ray Lewis, who just was supposed to be in the war of attrition. But to your point, I like the fact that you just brought up that he's probably preparing for his second career.
Yeah.
Good point, Super Fitz.
Oh, Ray Lewis is definitely a movie star, man. Definitely. I mean, he's still won 5